Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson.
Okay, so state services actually played a huge part in everything that I'm doing.
Don't be afraid. Get out there, meet people, be friendly. Nobody is judging you.
Think big. Look at what do you love to do, what do you enjoy doing, and then how can you turn that into getting paid?
I use my Braille display, I use JAWS.
Put on your cape, grab your gladiator shield, and go get 'em, Tiger.
Don't limit yourself.
Career Expo 2019, such a great opportunity for transition age students to meet up with professionals from a wide variety of professions. It was an opportunity for students transitioning from high school to college to the workplace to ask questions from nearly 25 professionals. What is their job like? What tools they use? And to receive encouragement about the possibilities that they too can achieve their dreams and get the career that they want. Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson, and I'm at the Career Expo in Roseville, Minnesota, and I came to the table of Kayde Rieken. How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. You're a court reporter.
I am. It is a challenging job, but it is a lot of fun, at least for me, because I'm a technology nerd.
And you use one of those court reporter type of keyboard systems.
Yes, the steno machine. Yep, it's sort of a phonetic keyboard, so you type in sounds rather than words.
Explain that a little bit.
So if I'm typing the word cat, I would do the K sound with my left hand, the short A with my left thumb, and then the final T with my right pinky, and I would do those all at the same time. So I can do a single word with just one press of the buttons. It's sort of like playing chords on a piano.
Oh, really? So the audio is your music for the courts?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So what's it like to be in that situation where you don't get to pick and choose the cases, you just take the notes?
You know, it can be super hard, especially with the cases involving children, because those are always hard. But then you can get funny ones about two old men arguing about whose stuff is whose. So you just never know which ones you're going to get.
Well, great. Well, how did you get started in that? What got your attention to get into this field?
I was actually listening to a podcast, believe it or not, and someone brought it up, not a podcast for the blind, but just, I think it was a Harry Potter podcast, to be super nerdy. And someone brought it up. I was like, that sounds really cool. So I did a bunch of research into it, and I found an online college, because there actually wasn't a court reporting college in Nebraska where I'm from. So I had to do it all online, which, talk about learning time management skills, let me tell you, like online school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Steinograph, they just don't sell those at Walmart, do they?
No. So I had to find a company, look up which one I wanted. There were a couple other blind court reporting students that I got in touch with to ask what they used. And I did have to do like a rent-to-own program, took out some student loans, all that fun stuff.
Great. When you were looking for a job, or actually probably when in high school transitioning to college, did you use a state agency?
I did. I used the Nebraska Commission for the Blind. They were super supportive, extremely supportive of what I did, because I did actually change my major. I went to a 4-year degree for a while. I just it wasn't right for me. So it's like, hey, I'm going to change my career. And my counselor's like, well, all right, just whatever you need, because she could tell I was serious about it and not just changing on a whim.
And what was that process like? I mean, did you go to like how to do resumes? Did you get some education on job interviews or anything like that?
I did, yeah. I attended a lot of student seminars and career fairs and things like that. And my dad, he works in the food service industry, and he did some recruiting for a while. So he kind of taught me how to do a resume as well.
Oh, that's great. Nice to have him around, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's not a great speller, so, I mean, I did the spelling and everything. He just made sure it looked right.
You did it phonically, right?
Yeah.
Well, what advice would you give to someone that is in high school today that is looking forward to their future?
Do a lot of research, and don't be afraid to just talk to people about things, and don't be afraid to change your mind, because it's really never too late to change your mind if you don't think something is working or not what you wanted to do. Just, I mean, this is the rest of your life, so it's never too late to be like, you know what, I'm going to try something else.
And what are your go-to tools for accessibility?
I use a Braille display. I use a screen reader. What else? I mean, I just got a new Apple Watch, so I'm learning how to use that. That's not really for work, though. That's just for fun.
A Braille display, what kind?
I use a Focus 5th generation, because I use JAWS, and they work really well together.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of Freedom Scientific?
Right.
Well, great. Well, Kayde, how do you manage transportation?
I actually can walk to work. I live downtown and I work downtown, so I can just walk a couple blocks, and I do have a bus card through work, so I can take the bus and the light rail as well.
Kane, guide dog?
Yes, I do have a guide dog. She's under the table being very well behaved at the moment.
I'll be back just to check.
Yeah.
How do you like using a guide dog?
I like it a lot. It definitely is not for everyone, but I just prefer the traveling with with a guide dog, but I definitely, if you're looking into a guide dog, I definitely recommend the research thing as well for that.
There you go. Well, Kayde, thank you very much for being part of the Career Expo and lending your experience and advice to all the students that'll be here.
I'm glad to do it.
Be sure to contact your state services for the blind, your voc rehab, and find out what they can do for you. Live, work, read, succeed. A big shout out goes out to Chi Chow for his beautiful music, and you can follow Chi Chow on Twitter at LChichow. Chi Chow, Chi Chow. Enable the blind ability skill on your Amazon device just by saying Enable Blind Abilities.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations
and the
reality of blind abilities.
The realities of blind
abilities.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities. Download our app from the App Store, blindabilities, that's 2 words, or send us an email at info@blindabilities.com. Thanks for listening.